So we had a champion.
Whew.
We've kind of spoken about, well, we've said his name a few times already.
Whew-wee.
Young Arthur.
Arthur Fils. Wow.
Now a three-time champion on the ATP Tour. 2 ATP 500s. This season alone. So he won Munich, obviously, early in the season on clay.
Yeah.
And now Tokyo. And I love this as well. Again, we didn't tweet this, but it was something I was thinking about whilst watching basically this run. So 2022, we had Fritz Tiafoe in the final. Obviously, Fritz beat Tiafoe in that final. And then last year, it was Shelton Karatsev, I want to say, in the final. Obviously, Shelton won that. And now this year, it's Fils Hugo Humbert. And obviously, Fils came back in epic fashion to win that.
We in Japan, baby.
So Tokyo is like, there's something about Tokyo. Like we get it right in Tokyo. But now, what a run, Lucy.
Wow.
Like, incredible.
Incredible.
I mean, where to start with it, really?
I don't even know where to really start, to be very honest.
Beating Fritz first round, top seed.
Yeah. So during the run, he had to play against Taylor Fritz.
Top seed. That is important to stress.
Yeah, he was, literally top seed. He had to play Ben Shelton, had to play Holger Rune, who are all top 20.
Yeah.
And then Matteo Berrettini as well, he did play, but he had to pull out due to injury after
winning that first set as well. It was a tie break.
Yeah, it was a tie break. But it was really close. I personally feel like even if he was 100% Matteo, I feel like Fils would have beaten him.
Yeah, he would have found a way.
Yeah, honestly, it was like that alone, the fact that he beat 3 top 20 players, like his draw was incredible.
Yeah, it was tough.
So for him to get to that final, it was like, you have to do this.
Yeah.
Like, come on, you have to do. But having a final against someone where the head-to-head is crazy. And also, we have to remember is that Hugo was about to make like history. If he won that title, it would have been the first time we had like an ATP player like reaching 7 finals and actually winning all of them. Yeah, so
he was I did see that unbeaten in every single final.
Yeah, in every single final he played, it would be like 7-0. So it was like,
nuts.
Oh shoot! So sometimes I even wonder, was that in his head a lot or whatnot? But before we get to the final, actually, I do want to talk about the Ben Shelton match.
Okay.
I was really excited about that. Obviously, having both of them playing, but that match,
a lot of drama,
chaotic, but fun. It was like, literally, I was like, guys, what are we actually, what are we watching here? Like, this is actually crazy, but it was such a fun match. The first set, like, was really on job, like, super high level. We all know that Shelton has great serves, stronger and stronger. I feel like the older he gets, the stronger and faster it goes. And when it comes to returns, that's something that Fils needs to work on. But on that match, he was ready. I think he knew I need to be on game when it comes to my returns, which he actually did. And Shelton, that first set, I don't know if it was a thing where he was like, I don't know if it was like nerves or what. I don't know what it was, but he was hitting a little bit more errors. But especially towards the net as well. And then the second set, it was so intense. Like the first three games were so long. Like it was literally like, it was really long. And the thing is that tired them out. Shelton got a medical timeout on his left leg.
It was a proper scrap.
Like it was just crazy. And then like Fils were like cramping as well when he was just trying to save like a match point. Like it was just like literally the second set was so intense that it literally took their body out. And already these are two guys who this entire season they've been playing very intense matches. Because the thing is that, which I'll talk about a lot during the final, Fils has this physical ability that is out of this world. And Shelton as well, like he's the same. And I feel like this year he really proved that. Like he's like, yeah, my physical is like up there. So they were literally killing themselves on that court. Like it was like pow, pow, pow. Like it was crazy. Like it was so like intense. And then it went into a tie break and then Shelton was up like 3-0 and it just gave him the confidence. And literally because of the cramp that Fils had from that before the tie break in that second set, Shelton was able to like breeze that through. And then the third set came, and again, it was the same thing. It was really intense. And then literally you couldn't, like, when the third set started, I was like, I can't tell you who's winning this match. Even the commentators were saying, like, I don't know who's winning this match. But I think with what I was most impressed about that match, it was that, because that was the match. It's funny because I tweeted during that match, like, Feast talks a lot about his mental, especially this year at his press conferences. And that was one of the reasons why Shelton was able, because really and truly, Feast could have won that in straight sets, but Shelton was easy to get into his head. And once Feast is into his head, it just goes. But in this tournament, he proved to us, actually, I can do it, especially in the final. The Shelton match, here and there, like, it was once he got into his head and then he got back out. And he did that again during the final. But literally the second set, that's how really, like, Shelton was. And of course, playing, like, the best. But it didn't take away anything. That match was incredible. I have to big up Shelton for giving us a lot of great matches this year. I'm not going to lie. Shelton has actually given us a lot of good matches. A lot of my favourite matches this year, or entertaining matches, are from him. And it was really nice to see the difference between last year and this year. Like, he's leveled up crazy. I don't think he gets enough credit for that. But yeah, that was a fantastic match. Like, literally, at the end of it, I was like, yeah, you know what, guys? Thank you for that match. Like, Shelton, Feast, thank you for that entertaining match.
What about the semi-final with Runa, though? Because I thought that was, well, arguably more impressive than the Shelton result, because it was straight sets.
It was straight.
And also 2 tie breaks. Obviously, Runa was... he was seeded. Feast wasn't seeded in Tokyo.
Yeah.
So on paper, Runa should have won that match. But again,
really?
that definitely, Lucy, he was seeded.
But Runa has not really been on.
But I'm saying, when you're playing a seeded player, as an unseeded player, you're the underdog.
True. You're the underdog. That's true.
I was more most impressed with the way Feast kind of handled that match. Not just obviously playing Runa, who's a quality player, but again, there was a lot of, like, mental angst, especially on Runa's part, because he does play with a lot of. There's a high stress level with Runa, and I think at the end of the first set, at the end of the first set, it was a tiebreak. Obviously, Feast won the tiebreak. Runa, like, he lost it. He started smashing his racket.
Yeah, see.
Obviously, Feast is looking at his team, like, giving them the fist pump, and I was like, wow, he's in this guy's head.
Yeah,
and then it kind of carried on into the second set. Again, it went to a tiebreak, but again, Feast closed that out in the second tiebreak again.
Yeah.
But I was impressed with how mentally tough he stayed in that match.
And this is what I'm saying. I feel like this tournament, he proved that, you know what, this is something that I've actually tackled on, because he mentioned it so many times at his press conference, like, my mental like, the second I get annoyed or I'm thinking too much, it messes up my game.
Yeah.
But I think this year he's improved it. But that tournament, he showed to the world, like, yeah, I've actually worked on this and I can actually do it.
You know what? I'm going to say that for me, he showed that in Munich against Sasha Zverev in that final.
You're right.
Because that was also a free setter.
You're right.
And again, Zverev, he lost it, like, mentally.
Yeah.
So, and not to, like, discredit what you said, Lucy, but I was kind of thinking, hang on a minute, like, he's kind of shown he's over the course of this season anyway. Of course, he's improved, and there's been steady improvement in his overall game. But mentally, look at the Wimbledon run, for instance. He reached the 4th round at Wimbledon. That's his best to date. That's his best result at a Grand Slam, and that was this season.
Yeah.
And then obviously Munich, obviously that was a clay court event. Like, he's shown me enough to say mentally I'm okay. Like.
Do you know what? I think the reason why I say that is because I've been to a lot more of his press conferences.
Okay, than most other players,
And that's the one thing he always, like, I don't think I've ever been to any of his, this year especially, where he has not mentioned his mental ability. Like, he's well aware that he's great at it, but he's always like, that's the thing that can cost him the match, a match the most. So that's why when I'm watching, like, these matches, I'm like, but hold on a minute, like, you are, like, you're kidding. Because literally, I feel like this tournament, I'm not gonna lie, he had a lot more power, a lot more physicality, but his mental as well. Like, they were both high. They were both at ultimate high, especially at that final against Ugo. Like, that was insane. Because guys, I'm so sorry. as much as I'm happy that Fils won that, Ugo had no business losing that match. I'm so sorry. That title, he had no... The thing is that, and I tweeted this on my personal, I believe, I feel like the new generation of ATP players, especially more ATP than WTA, I feel like they rely I'm not saying that back in the days we're not doing it, but this one, they rely way too much on their opponent's level. I think Ugo went into this tournament, they went into that match thinking, all I have to do is just get into this guy's head. And then, when he saw, because the thing is, after Fils was tired. He was done. Like, his body was like, tired and stuff. So I think as soon as he saw that he was not really into it or like not the same level as before, I think Ugo got really comfortable. He waited till the
maybe a bit of complacency, definitely.
Bro, he waited till the tie break of the second set for him to find a solution. Before that, it was just vibes. Ugo was literally like match point. He was like 40-0 up, then had a match point. Literally, Fils saved all of that, took it to a tie break, cramping all over the place, and then still won the match. It was incredible for Fils, but I looked at it like, raw. Yeah. To a point where I even felt bad for Ugo. I was like, I hope he switched off his comments because I know how the crazy betters can be. Yeah. But either way, it was a great match, and most importantly, it was so nice seeing how Fils was like, including Ugo into the win.
Oh,
both Frenchman.
I did love that, yeah.
And stuff.
One thing I love too, maybe guys, you probably would have seen this too if you were paying attention. So when the match finished, obviously they were both kind of, well, I say Fils went over to his camp, hugging his dad, which I loved.
Yeah.
Like his dad picking him up, hugging him. And then they both went over to like each other's camps to like embrace. I love stuff, and that was very like classy.
Yeah,
so French.
Yeah, it was nice. It's nice seeing Fils' dad like hugging Ugo
and
everything.
Exactly.
Like,
because obviously they're countrymen. Like,
it's nice to see.
I think Humbert did say like, yeah, of course I'm disappointed to lose, but like I'm happy that Fils, was the victor because he's a friend and it's good to see. He's a good guy. Like.
And
I love
that. The French, like, they're all together, they're all playing for the same country.
I love that, honestly.
It's nice seeing it. But in all honesty, this is such... And I think this win meant a lot to Fils because he even put the picture of him with the title on his profile picture on Instagram. Like, he changed it to that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can literally... Like, I think he even knows, like, you're beating all these top players, you're playing your best physically and also mentally. I feel like this is... It was an incredible level. This was about my favourite tournament of his.
I've always liked him as a player, and I feel like his ceiling's so high. Like he's
back in the top 20 now,
and he's easily going to be a top 10 player. I don't know when, but like he is a certified top 10 player.
And guess what? He's only 20.
That's what Lucia, because this is what I'm going to say.
Just in June.
There's so much more in terms of that he could improve on. Like you said, he's already physically like he's a specimen.
Oh
like,
yeah, that forehand,
great build. But for me, the serve, he can be winning so many more like 3 points on that first serve. Mm-hmm. So I think if he gets that locked in, oh my God, it's a problem.
It's over for you guys.
It's actually a problem. I feel like that's something he needs to work on because he should be winning way more 3 points off that first serve.
No, for sure.
Because it could be a weapon.
Yeah.
So, and if he's getting, imagine if he's hitting like, I don't know, 15, 20 aces a game, that's going to save a lot of energy.
Yeah. No, you're right. Because he's, especially the match against Ugo, like the first set especially, like he's like, his service game, they were going fast because he was serving like big. He was serving big. Forehand was incredible. And the thing is, you know what I like about Fils is like, when he's about to hit a forehand, you think it's going to be something calm.
He's whacking
it. I'm like, raw. I was not ready for that. It's beautiful. He knows how to cover the court in all different ways. Like, he did it a lot with Shelton as well. Like, Shelton really made him move. So for him to do all of that, and he was in the court 3 hours longer than Ugo, and it was just...
And that's why, to bring it back to the Runa match too, I was impressed because, like you said, the Shelton match took so much out of him physically.
Yeah.
But he was able to come back and beat Runa in straight sets.
It was, you're right.
Like,
you're
come
right.
on.
Yeah. Did you know what? It's because I had a feeling, I knew he was gonna make it to the final. That Shelton match was that thing. It was like, it's just...
But then in the final, I swear you weren't sure if he was going to win the final against Humbert. Because I think you said something about, what did you say?
I'm not going to lie, I swear to you, I don't remember. What did I say? Because of the head-to-head?
No, it wasn't the head-to-head. I think you said something about how they were like kind of buddy-buddy beforehand.
Oh.
But like for me, that's just the French way. Like, yeah, that is just the way they are. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No. I feel like when you have some sort of like I don't want to say hate because it's too strong, but where if you have some sort of like, yo, this competitor, like, it's different, but you're right. Maybe they're more mature than me and they're able to block it out.
They have that, man. They're athletes at the end of the day. So
you're right.
Of course, they're gonna have that like.
Of course,
competitive...
no. I know. But I just feel like it's more intense and more entertaining when they're not really buddies. But look at Shelton and Fils'S, who are even playing doubles at Shanghai together right now.
They did lose first round, unfortunately, but.
Oh, okay, but it went to 3 sets, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it went to 3 sets.
10-point tiebreak.
Yeah, which is fun. So a massive well done to our champion, Arthur Fils'S. Looking forward. He did lose in Shanghai himself as well, but
he did.
It was very close though, hey, listen, you need to rest. Baena? Yeah, you need to rest. It was very close, but he needs to rest anyways. But shout out to Arthur Fils'S, shout out to Hugo, and Shelton. Thank you for that match. 100% one of my favorite matches this year.